Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming to you from a blue house, and my wife is doing the crab dance. Alright, so today's video is going to be the start of a 3-series video kickoff where we talk about how to prepare for spring without buying anything yet. Except one thing, a soil test kit, which you can do through My Soil Test, Yard Mastery, your local extension office like Ohio State University, Nebraska University, Pennsylvania State University, whatever, you name it. If there's an extension office, you can probably get a soil test through them. There's probably some local government conservatory programs that you can also get a soil test. Or if you know a botanist who has a lab. Raise your hand right now if you've bought a bag of fertilizer and you have no idea how many square feet you have in your yard. I did it 2 years ago. So we're going to make a little video today about how to measure out your square footage and perhaps some good practices in doing so, which is going to involve basically drawing out your yard using a grid system. And that way you can focus in on different areas of your lawn and issues and know what the square footage. For example, on the north side of my house I have a lot of moss. So it'd be really helpful for me to know how many square feet of moss or lawn I have over there, more like moss, in the future if I ever need to buy a product. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go outside. All right, today we're gonna go ahead and measure, and the way we're gonna do that is I'm gonna use the step method. I've measured my foot. It's exactly 1 foot in the boot size I'm currently wearing. So that's how we're gonna go ahead and do this. So we'll just measure each direction, do the math, and we'll be good to go. If you want to, you can also use a tape measure, a measuring wheel, both of these you can get at Lowe's, or you can use a GIS satellite image and software like Google Earth to measure out the dimensions of your yard. So a 1,000 square foot area is going to be 20 feet by 50 feet. Unlikely you have that exact dimension, so make sure you do everything and do it carefully. Draw a sketch up, and that'll help you identify certain areas of your yard, and you'll actually have a pre-knowledge of how many square feet. For example, on the right side of my yard, it's like 700 square feet in the front and the side. So if I have a major issue over there, I know exactly how much square footage I have in that area to apply. Probably in this scenario, it would be either seed or herbicide to kill some sort of weed that's in that side of the yard. For example, I have some yellow sedge on this side of the yard that grows in a couple spots. Now, with sedge, I only have 2 or 3 spots that I'm going to need to take care of with a post-emergent. I'll probably use sedgehammer, but if I had a larger area impacted, I would definitely need to know that square footage so I could do the math when I put the product in my tank or in my spreader. All right, let's go ahead and start measuring. Let's talk about why we want to know the square footage. The number one reason is you don't want to waste your time. Wasted time sucks. Number 2 is if you overdo any sort of application, you're going to damage your yard. So if you have something that wants 5 pounds per 1,000 square foot in your spreader and you do 10 pounds, 1, you've wasted money, you've wasted time, and you're probably going to burn your lawn. There's a reason why the back of the package has a per 1,000 square foot ratio on the back, and that's basically just so you don't destroy your yard. All right, I roughly wrote down all the numbers on here, so now we're going to total them up, draw a little sketch, and we will be in business to know how many square feet we have for applications. So let's head outside and do that. All right, so I did all the calculations for the yard. And what I found out is I have a total of 6,320 square feet total. In my head, I'm just going to round that down to about 6,000. There's a couple areas that don't actually have yard in them, and so 300 square feet will be a fair adjustment and gives me a nice clean round number to work with. So in the front yard, I have a total of 3,782 square feet. And in the backyard, I have 2,538 square feet of yard. So 6,000 total square feet. Did all the math for a bunch of stuff. For example, the Simple Grow Solutions root hume requires 3 to 5 ounces per 1,000 square feet using a backpack sprayer, and if we take the low dosage of 3 ounces times 3 times 6 is 18, so I'm going to need 18 ounces of this to cover my entire yard with my backpack sprayer. The same principle would go for fertilizer. For example, if you needed 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet, 2 times 6, I'd need 12 pounds of fertilizer to give me the right coverage. We can go into further math with how to break down the percentage of nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium you'd want in your yard based off the fertilizer you pick. That'll be it for another video, but this video's purpose is to show you how important it is for you to know how much square foot yardage you have in order to properly put down the correct amount of product in your yard. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, go ahead and hit like. And if you want to get to part 2, hit subscribe here in a couple days because I will be dropping a video on the next springtime preparation video series. So this is number 1. We've got 2 more to go, and I'll see you people next time. My wife is laughing at me, as she always does, because she doesn't think I'm a serious YouTuber like all the other guys. Because they have fancy lawnmowers, and I have a 30-year-old snapper without a bag and an orange reel mower, and she just sits and laughs at me.
I think you're seriously funny.
She thinks I'm seriously funny. Seriously.